farm family. Have you ever had the experience where you can look at your farm life and say, I know exactly what I need to do to make this life better for myself. I even know how to do it. I know all the steps to take, and I'm able to do it. I have the skills, the knowledge, the time, all of that stuff. And then you don't do it. And then you sit there beating yourself up, saying, why, oh why, oh why am I making life so hard for myself? Why can't I just do what I know how to do? Well, that resistance that you're feeling is a sign. It's a sign that there's something inside of you that needs to be dealt with before you're able to do those practical steps that you want. Our minds have an amazing ability to bind us up and keep us stuck in areas where we don't want to be. Now, one of the things that I have found to be an incredibly helpful strategy is called visual journaling. I think visual journaling is a pain to say, so I call it arting. So from now on, we're going to be talking about arting. So here is how we art. I'm going to jump right into it and just say arting is great for if you have something where the emotions are really, really big. Now, they don't have to be bad emotions. They can be really happy emotions, or they can be really like, I just am so upset and I don't know why I'm upset. I'm going to just kind of go through a little bit of how you can use arting to clear away some of the blockages that you might be dealing with that are preventing you from getting to your best farm life. Now, before we do this, I would like to just give you a warning. Please do not pick a topic that is like on a 10 scale of the distress meter. So that my distress meter goes from 0, where like, oh, I could talk about this all day and not have a single problem, to 10, where just thinking about this makes me want to like crawl in a hole and sleep for 8 years and never see anybody again. So we don't want something up at the 10 level. If it's something down at the 0 level, chances are you don't need to art about it. You want something kind of in that 5, 6, maybe 7 range, but don't go beyond that. If you do this and you start to feel distressed, stop. Just stop and say, I'm not ready for this yet. Put it away. Go take a quick walk. Take a drink of water. Talk to a friend. If you've got some big stuff in your past, a therapist is great. Believe me, my therapists have been amazing. I will also say that this helped my therapy work like zoom forward. So, without further ado, introductions aside, we're going to sit down and tell you how you use arting to address a specific resistance or barrier in your life. So, the first thing you do, you write the date. Hey, you can do this. I just use regular white computer paper. All right. See, I've got my date up there. You can use big, beautiful paper. You can use construction paper. You can actually art with other materials. One of the things I posted before, I used live flowers, all kinds of things. So you can do collages, magazine clippings, like whatever you feel represents what you're feeling. Okay, so the next thing is, you've got your date. We're going to sit here and we're going to say, okay, what is it that I want to explore today? Sometimes it can be as simple as, I want to understand how I'm feeling today. Maybe you've got those big feelings. I mean, I'm in perimenopause, so I get a lot of those big feelings that all of a sudden I'm just like irate and I can't figure out what's going on. That's a good time to art and just say, man, why am I so worked up today? I promised you yesterday I was going to talk about doing taxes because I used to be really, really good at getting my taxes done on time, early, all that kind of stuff. And now I'm like getting extensions and I'm like, oh, what's going on with this? So this is a good opportunity for us. So I'm going to write, I want to explore. Sorry, I can't write as fast as I can talk. And stick it to the paper. It's so muggy. I want to explore why I resist finishing my taxes. And I would like to say why I'm saying finishing my taxes, because actually my taxes are almost all done. Like, I have everything in the computer, everything's all organized. I literally just have to make copies of things and send it to the guy. Right? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so before we art, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and just take a deep cleansing breath. And hold it, let it out. Do this a couple of times so you can just kind of center. And while you're doing that, just feel all the stress move out of your body. So we're going to breathe in again. Hold it, we're going to let it out. And we're going to do it one more time. Breathe in, hold it, and let it out. And now we're just going to think about that barrier that's keeping you from the farm life you want. I'm going to be thinking about my tax finishing. It's a finishing thing. Now, oftentimes you can do this and actually get an image in your head. I will admit I am not a visual thinker. I think in words. So it's hard for me to actually like have a picture pop into my mind. Some people really do. They get like a detailed picture. I tend to just kind of have to start, and intuition tells me what to do. So, art supplies. I started really basic. I actually did a little bit of thinking earlier and was like, what kind of art supplies do I want to use? I've used like cheap paint, kids paint, like washable finger paint type paint. I've finger painted. I've used really cheap watercolors. I have chalk here. I have crayons. I have pencils. I've used a black marker and a red marker. Literally, I think I did one where it was just black and red, and that was just what I needed to do at the time. So it doesn't matter. Take what you want. So I'm going to think about taxes. Taxes to me are pencils. So taxes for some reason, and I'm going to walk you through like what I'm thinking while I do this, which normally you don't do when you're arting. It's supposed to be between you and yourself. But as I was looking through the pencils, I was like, green. Green is the color of money, right? Now, as I said, I don't normally draw, but I'm gonna start with some number signs. Dollar sign. Did I say number sign? That would be like a hashtag, but it's not. All right, well, I'm tired of this color, but I have another color green, which I also like, but I don't feel like doing dollar signs anymore. I feel like this is another thing. You'll find that you have certain strokes and patterns that you make. I tend to like to do the side-to-side scribble thing. I also don't like white space left. So there have only been a few works that I've done that I left the white space, and that was significant to me because I hate white. And I actually don't like to leave white on my pictures. So I'm starting in the corner, and I'm just gonna go green all the way across. Okay, so I've got that in blue. I felt like blue. This is exactly what happens. You don't have to think about what you're doing at all. You just go with it. Like I said, this is a way to get those big emotions out. And what happens, see, I can already feel my system calming down. What happens when you do this is that it helps your brain connect to a part of you that you don't use when you're writing. And that's the part of your brain that actually connects to the back of your brain, like all the stuff that's hiding back there. I don't know if it's actually in the back of your brain, but it's the stuff you hide behind your consciousness. And it's able to draw that out in a way that words won't, because words take so much more processing even to happen. I'm gonna come and do this. I'm not real happy with this. So sometimes when you're doing your arting, you'll start to do something and you'll say, "Ooh, that's not really how I'm feeling." I'm feeling very diagonal today, apparently, because I started going horizontally with my motions, and it just wasn't happening for me. Was not happening at all. So rather than fight it, don't fight it. This is not supposed to be a fight, okay? When you're arting, this is you playing. This is the part of your brain that says, I know something you don't know. And it wants you to know. It totally wants you to know. But it's not going to come out and just throw it on you. It wants you to do some fun stuff to be able to pick it out. So, yep, doesn't look like much, does it? Not high art, okay? Arting is not about making art. Nope, it's not. It's about finding what's holding you back and getting it out of the way, all right? Now, I know that this isn't done. I can feel inside that because I've been distracted while we're talking about this, I need to do more work. When I'm finished, and you'll know, your body will just tell you, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do anymore. Excellent. Don't fight it. What you're going to do is you're going to take another deep cleansing breath, because we always do deep cleansing breaths. They're the best thing you can do. Deep breath in. Hold it. Deep breath out. I like to close my eyes because it helps me center a little bit better every time I breathe in and out. And you're going to just look at your picture for a few minutes. Just look. And then you're going to start asking yourself, what does my picture say to me? And you can say, like I did, I've got dollar signs. Why do I have dollar signs all over the place? Why am I covering up my dollar signs? What's up with the blue? What's up with the different green? What's up with the hatch mark things? And as you ask those questions, you just ask the question, and then, so write down the question. Sorry, I skipped a step. Write down the question. You can do it on the back of your arting. That's always a nice way to keep them all together, unless you're painting. Then you kind of have to use a different sheet of paper, and then I tape them together or something. Glue them after the paint dries. Or just file them together. I've done that too. So you're going to sit there and you're going to write your questions. You know, what is this telling me? Why did I use this color? Why did I use this shape? How do I feel now that I'm looking at this? What do I like about this picture? What about it do I really not like? And then at the end, ask yourself, what can I do now with this information? And you're done. It will give you a whole lot of clarity, and you will feel more confident. You will understand what it is that resistance was trying to tell you. It's trying to help you. I will tell you that. Resistance is always trying to help us. It's just not always helping us in the way that we need. So I would love to see your arting when you're done. Finish it up. Send me a picture. I really want to hear what you're doing. Have a great day. Go in peace.